Good morning, children of class 9. I am continuing the lesson, a horse and two goats, from where we stopped in the last session. And Munni was talking about a murder which happened in the village. And he said, Bhagwan is all seeing. God knows what has happened. Don't ask me about it, I know nothing. Munni says he doesn't know anything about the murder. Now Munni is uneducated. He thinks that this foreigner is a policeman just because he is wearing khaki clothes. And he has come to arrest him about that murder. Especially after giving him the identity card, he thought it was a warrant, an arrest. The foreigner was trying to arrest him. A body had been found mutilated and thrown under a tamarind tree at the border between Kridam and Kuppam a few weeks before, giving rise to much gossip and speculation. People found the body and they are making a lot of guesses. They are trying to find out how this happened, whose body it is, who killed it, how did it come there. So they are trying to speculate or gossip, guess. Munni added an explanation. Anything is possible there. People over there will stop at nothing. That is on the border between Kridam and Kuppam. The people will do anything. The foreigner nodded his head and listened courteously, though he understood nothing. I am sure you know when this horse was made, said the red-faced man, smiling ingratiatingly. That is in a very pleasant, generous way. Pleasing way. Munni reacted to the relaxed atmosphere by smiling himself. When the foreigner smiled, he felt a little bit calm, relaxed, and the worry in his mind has disappeared a little bit by smiling himself and pleaded, Please go away, sir. I know nothing. I promise we will hold him for you. If we see any bad character around, hold him means we will catch hold of him and keep him and then hand him over to you if we see any bad character around. And we will bury him up to his neck in a coconut pit if he tries to escape. So, Munni promises that if any bad character is seen in their village, he will catch hold of him with the help of others and they will bury him in the pit, in the ground. But our village has always had a clean record. People in his village, Kridam, are good people. They don't have any history of crime or doing wrong things. Must definitely be the other village, that is Kuppam, the other village. The murderer must be from the other village. Now the red man implored. Red man is the foreigner, the American. Please, please, I will speak slowly. Please try to understand me. Can't you understand even a simple word of English? Everyone in this country seems to know English. I have gotten along with English everywhere in this country. Wherever I went in India, people knew English. So, don't you know any English at all? But you don't speak it. Munni is not able to speak it. Have you any religious or spiritual scruples against English? Have you not learnt English because your religion prevents you from learning English? Munni made some indistinct sounds in his throat and shook his head. Encouraged, the other went on to explain at length, uttering each syllable with care and deliberation. Presently, he sidled over and took a seat beside the old man, explaining, You see, last August, we probably had the hottest summer in history. And I was working in shirt sleeves in my office on the 40th floor of the Empire State Building. We had a power failure one day. He was working in very casual clothes, very simple clothes, and they had the electricity went off at that time. The current failed. And there I was stuck for 4 hours, no elevator, no air conditioning. All the way in the train I kept thinking, and the minute I reached home in Connecticut, I told my wife Ruth, we will visit India this winter. It is time to look at other civilizations. Now notice there, Munni has no electricity, but the foreigner, he says that he could not remain even for a little while without the current. He was feeling very hot and tired. Next day, she called the travel agent the first thing and told him to fix it. That is, arrange tickets for them to go to India because they want to learn more about the people and the customs of India. And so here I am. Ruth came with me. Ruth is the wife of the foreigner. But she is staying back at Srinagar. And I am the one doing the rounds and joining her later. The American is visiting all the places, even small villages in India, and he is trying to take back souvenirs or tokens. Munni looked reflectively at the end of this long oration. Oration is the speech made by the foreigner. He looked reflective. He tried to think what the foreigner was telling him and said rather feebly, yes, no. Those are the only Tamil words. Now both these people, Munni and the foreigner, they don't understand each other at all. They are talking about unrelated subjects. Yes, no as a concession to the other's language, and went on in Tamil. He speaking in Tamil. When I was this high, he might have pointed with his hand, this high. He indicated a foot high. I heard my uncle say. No one can tell what he was planning to say, as the other interrupted him at this stage to ask, boy, what is the secret of your teeth? How old are you? Munni forgot what he had started to say and remarked, sometimes we lose our cattle. Jackals or cheetahs may sometimes carry them off. Cattle, their sheep and goats, are carried away by wild animals. But sometimes it is just theft from over in the next village. Sometimes people from the next village come and steal their animals. And then we will know who has done it. After that we will find out the thief, the one who stole their animals. Our priest at the temple can see in the camphor flame the face of the thief. And when he is caught, he gestured with his hands a perfect mincing of meat. Mincing of meat means ഇറച്ചി പൊടിക്കുന്നതാ കട്ട്ലറ്റിനൊക്കെ. അതുപോലെ ഈ തീഫ് ആരാണെന്ന് മനസ്സിലാക്കുമ്പോൾ they will destroy him just like that. Just like meat is made into small pieces to make cutlets and all that. He gestured with his hands, that is kai kondigina kanikya, a perfect mincing of meat. The American watched his hands intently and said, I know what you mean. American is saying, മനസ്സിലായി എന്താ പറയുന്നതെന്ന്. Chop something. ഇപ്പോൾ വിറക് വെട്ടുന്ന കാര്യമാ മുന്നി പറയുന്നതെന്ന് അയാൾ വിചാരിച്ചു. Chop something. Maybe I am holding you up and you want to chop wood. I am preventing you. You have work to do. You want to chop wood. I do enjoy it. You know, just a hobby. എനിക്കൊരു സമയം കളയുന്ന പോലെ ഒരു വായിക്കുന്നതോ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ listening to music like a hobby. Chopping wood for me is a hobby. But Munni has to do it to get firewood to light the fire in his kitchen. For the Englishman, it is just a hobby. We got a lot of driftwood along the backwater near my house. There is a stream near his house and wood comes floating down. And just for fun, just as if it is a hobby, he takes this wood and chops it. He cuts the wood into small pieces. I do enjoy it, you know, just a hobby. We get a lot of driftwood, that is the wood which comes floating down the stream along the backwater near my house. And on Sundays I do nothing but chop wood for the fireplace. In very cold countries, they have a fireplace, an opening made in the wall, and fire is charcoal or wood is kept burning. But now they have electric heating. I really feel different when I watch fire in the fireplace. Although it may take all the sections of the Sunday New York Times to get the fire started. Sunday sections may be referring to the magazine section of the paper. And in order to start lighting the fire, he has to burn a lot of paper. All the magazine sections of the Sunday New York Times is the name of the paper. Just like Hindu, Indian Express, to get the fire started. And he smiled at this reference. Munni felt totally confused. Munni did not understand a word of what the foreigner was talking, but decided the best thing would be to make an attempt to get away from this place. He's still frightened that the foreigner is talking about the murder and has come to arrest him. He tried to edge out without the foreigner noticing him. He tried to edge out saying, "Must go home," and turned to go. The other, that is the foreigner, seized his shoulder and said desperately, "Is there no one, absolutely no one here to translate for me?" So he wants somebody to translate what he wants to say. To make Munni understand the English that he speaks, a translator, a man who knows both English and Tamil, must come. "Is there no one, absolutely no one here to translate for me?" He looked up and down the road, which was deserted in this hot afternoon. The stranger almost pinioned Munni's back to the statue. Munniya keri pidichu odi pogadirikana, held him on to the statue. "Isn't this statue yours? Why don't you sell it to me?" The statue does not belong to Munni, but the foreigner thinks that it belongs to him because Munni was sitting there. The foreigner wants to buy the statue to take it as a souvenir back to his home in America. The old man now understood the reference to the horse. So he understood the word horse only. When he pointed to the statue or held him to the statue, he understood the word horse. The old man now understood the reference to the horse, thought for a second and said in his own language, "I was an urchin," a small boy, a poor boy, "this high," again indicating with his hand, "when I heard my grandfather explain this horse and warrior. And my grandfather himself was this high when he heard it from his grandfather, whose grandfather." So this story about the horse statue is handed down from one generation to the other. The other man interrupted him. "I don't want to seem to have stopped here for nothing. I will offer you a good price." Again he is thinking of buying the statue. I wanted to buy the horse statue. And Munni is telling about the spiritual and religious significance of the statue. He did not understand that the foreigner wanted to buy the statue. The other man interrupted him. "I don't want to seem to have stopped here for nothing. I will offer you a good price for this," he said, indicating the horse. He had concluded without the least doubt that Munni owned this mud horse. The foreigner felt sure that Munni was the owner of this statue. Perhaps he guessed by the way he sat on its pedestal, like other souvenir sellers in this country, presiding over their wars. Souvenirs are things which people from one country take to another country, which is typical of this country. Things belonging to this country, just as a remembrance. Munni followed the man's eyes and pointing fingers and dimly understood the subject matter. and feeling relieved that the theme of the mutilated body had been abandoned, at least for the time being. Now, from the gestures, the actions which the foreigner showed, he understood that the man was not talking about this mutilated dead body, that is disfigured, broken body, and had been abandoned means not talking about that. He had given up that, at least for the time being. And again enthusiastically said, I was this high when my grandfather told me about the horse and the warrior. And my grandfather was this high when he himself. So it is passed on from grandfather to son, again from son to his son, like that, from one generation to the other. The Tamil that Munni spoke was stimulating, even as pure sound, and the foreigner listened with fascination. Even though Munni is uneducated, the way he spoke Tamil attracted the foreigner, impressed the foreigner. I wish I had my tape recorder here, he said, assuming the pleasantest expression, looking very cheerful because he wants the horse statue, he wants to buy the horse statue. He says that if he had a recorder, he will record Munni's Tamil, Munni talking Tamil. Your language sounds wonderful. Tamil sounds very good. I get a kick out of every word that you utter here. He's trying to praise Munni so that he will sell the horse statue for him. The foreigner says that he gets excited, he feels happy when he hears Munni speaking Tamil. Every word which Munni speaks makes him so happy, so excited. Your language sounds wonderful. I get a kick out of it, every word that you utter here. Kick out of it, feels excited, feels happy. It's so pleasant to hear Tamil. He indicated his ears. But you don't have to waste your breath in sales talk. I appreciate the article. You don't have to explain its points. Sales talk is when people try to sell their things, they try to reduce the price. The buyer tries to reduce the price while the seller tries to increase the price. So that is sales talk. And the foreigner thinks that Munni is indulging in sales talk. He is trying to increase the price of the statue.